Ai ai. Let me see. I think this is my first time trying three strings. Uh, so let me see if it's working alright. Okay. This one. This one. Wait. And I finally have my audio interface. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. So the audio much nicer. I mean, to the amount of money that I use, of course. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, let me just... Holy shit. Okay. Let me test the mood chat. Test. Oh. In the YouTube it has a little bit of delay, but it's alright, I think. Let me go up. Up. Oh yeah, let me look at the YouTube to see how it's going. Dun, dun, dun. Connection is excellent. The connection is excellent. The connection. Okay. This one is okay too. I have some videos here in the side. First one, Pathologic 2 review. Before I start, let me make sure everything is okay. Hide the player, don't need to see it. This one too, to make things easier for me. Okay. And transmission. Okay. So, oh yeah, let me start. Let me stop the BGM and start recording. Wait, let's just me see how the audio is going here on the OBS. Teste. 1, 2, 3, testando. 1, 2, 3, testando. Okay, everything is alright. Now I'm gonna start the recording. Hello. So, part 2 to the review. I did the Pathologic Worm review, and I talked a little about how I see video games that try too much to be like movies and series and books. I think that the video game as a medium should focus on the gameplay first. Not... okay, let me see a better way to put it. It's not that I don't believe that the video games can be used to tell a story. I think it's a legitimate medium. But I always prefer the ones that give... I lost some frames on the stream, but it's okay. It's back. as I was saying, I always prefer the ones that give priority to the gameplay, because I think that a medium should try to take advantage of the things that they have, and the thing that the games have as advantage over other types of media is the gameplay. And that game, it was one, at least by the review that I watched, it was one that did not have a very good gameplay. And as I said, I respect the devs and the writers that stuck to the vision of what they wanted to portray, and the message that they wanted to give to people. But yeah, that's about it. Now I'm gonna watch the review from for Pathologic 2. I never saw anything about it. I don't know if it's gonna be better or worse. So here we go. Let me give a like. Oh yeah, the link to the original is on the description. If you can go give a like to the original creator, and maybe let the video play in the background to give his view too, it would be very nice. Okay, with that said, let me just give a look here to the streams. Okay, the bitrate are okay. Nice. Okay, let me start the reaction. Let me see the quality. Let me put in a good quality. Okay. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Oh, did I put on the normal? Normally I watch things on 2x, so I have to be sure to put on the normal. Grigori reflection. Even in a handcrafted town like this, there is an underground, a rat's nest at odds with the law, at odds with good morals. People come to them with dubious challenges and requests. Just say it out loud. 30 times. Okay, that's a dialogue in the game. What the heck? Ooh.
I've got to say, it's good to be back, even if I didn't think I'd be back here so soon. When I said no more weird Russian games for at least
Wait,
a year...
wait. It's kinda, on my... It was kinda fast. On my thing, I have a stencil that make things faster than 2x. I forgot that I was using. Okay, let me go back a little, just to make sure it's okay.
I've got to say, it's good to be back, even if I didn't think I'd be back here so soon. When I said no more weird Russian games for at least a year, I meant it. The thing is, for one, I didn't expect them to release Pathologic 2 so soon, and two, I didn't think they'd contact me that very day offering me a copy of the game for feedback. So, here we are.
Ooh.
Let me start by answering the most common questions copy of the game for feedback 2 so soon, and two, I didn't think they'd contact me that very day offering me a copy of the game for feedback.
Nice. So they gave you here
we are. Let me
copy.
start by answering the most common questions I've seen. Is Pathologic 2 a remake of 1? Yes. Is it an actual sequel to 1? Yes. Do you need to play 1 to understand 2?
Ah, okay.
No.
No?
See, the game starts at the end of Pathologic 2.
So it's a sequel, but you don't really need to play the 1. As I remember, the Pathologic 1 was a bad game, so I guess if the Pathologic 2 is good, which what I don't know because I never saw any video about the game. If the 2 is good, you can already start just watching just playing the second one. Okay.
Maybe the end of Pathologic 1, it doesn't really matter. Essentially, you start the game having lost it, and you're given a chance to restart. Kids are just playing hopscotch in a war zone and going to barbecues. You get the idea.
What the fuck?
So how is it a sequel? Well, the first game is referenced from time to time, though it's always going to be subtle and usually up for interpretation. It's typically not story elements because, like I said, this is also a remake, but more meta commentary on how the first game turned out. This is more like a film remake than a game remake. The main idea and framework, yeah, that's usually the same. A film remake than a game remake.
More like a film remake. Oh. Interesting.
The main idea and framework, yeah, that's usually the same. A person might share the same name, but they're a completely different character now.
Ah, okay.
Some huge plot elements can be reworked or torn out or added in, it's all up in the air. Pathologic 2 does all these things, but still acknowledges that the plot of the first game still happened.
Nice.
It may even challenge you on which you prefer, though the story isn't that much different than 1. Don't worry, they still have all the trash cans everywhere. This dual nature of the game does make it tricky to talk about, so I'll talk about it as a sequel and a remake, which is going to get messy, but it's okay, we're here together. You know, because taking
Hmm? Okay. I thought my eyes wasn't working right.
on one Fever Dream game by itself was just too easy, so here we go again. The game starts you off on a train and with a new friend. The kind of friend who emerges from a coffin and then wants to tell you a
Oh,
secret.
you don't need to choose who you are on the second one. On the first one, I remember that you have to choose between a guy from outside of the town, a guy from the town, and a magic girl, I think. Magic, I mean the way that she was a... I don't remember what she was. She was something. She was something else.
Just like in middle school, this begins one of the most surreal tutorials I've
heck?
played in the game. You're learning how to drink water and people are
giant
turning
bull?
into mimes. Then all of a sudden you're in Junji Ito's Mongolian Thunderdome, and then you learn how to trade by exchanging hearts.
Oh yeah, there was this thing in the first one that you could do with one of the guys that had the profession to do it.
This is a long tutorial sequence, but it is effective. Yeah, it's teaching you how to play, but it's also making the drop into the main game more cushioned. You're starting off in the land of visions and metaphors. It's disjointed, so arriving in the town feels like a relief from all of that. At least for now. There'll be a lot more to learn, but it's a great introduction. You know, it tells you what the buttons do. Unlike 1, that just had these two guys giving you a huge information dump. They say so much at once that you can easily miss out on essential info. This is probably why a lot of players didn't know they could receive mail. It would all be cryptic unless you looked in the controls. You might think it's odd to focus on the tutorial. Well, it represents the biggest change from 1 to 2. See, the first game wasn't just frustrating from the walking, even though that was a big part of it.
Oh.
It was the fact that you were frequently so aimless when playing it. You had all these characters to babysit, and you'd check on them, and usually they'd be fine.
Sup, Nobara? Wait, let me put here. Okay, here is nice.
But sometimes they'd be in trouble. And you did this by walking across town, and then you'd stare at
I
them in the
remember
face.
he showing on the first review how much nothing happening while he was walking in the game. That was a this session is improvements. Story premise, okay.
The difficulty from the first game did not come from hard survival mechanics.
I'm just watching some videos that people recommended in my channel.
It was really easy to farm bandits and have lots of supplies forever. The challenge came from constantly walking, wondering if you're wasting your time doing it, along with mundane nightmare missions like this one.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but this is a big change. Pathologic 2 teaches you more and shows you more. The game is still more difficult, but as a survival and decision challenge. I'm deciding if I should fight or get the hell out. I'm not walking across town to someone who might be in trouble to just check up on things and wondering if rat poison will stop my heart.
It's already better than the first one. What the heck?
I got ahead of myself there. Some of you don't know what this game is all about. You play as a surgeon named Artemy. He's been off studying in the big city when he receives an urgent letter from his father to return home. So he does, and 3 people immediately try to shank him in a train yard. It quickly becomes apparent why he left because the town is bizarre. Bizarre beyond the murderers and the furries, which are part and parcel of any city.
Oh yeah, the kids with the...
You don't know where the town is.
Heads.
It doesn't really have a name besides just the town and the Gorkin River. It's also uncertain when exactly this game takes place. I mean, yeah, there's a gramophone, but also the giant floating polyhedron tower. There are also the creatures who want to trade organs or give you a canal tour. Then you have all the townspeople. They're all over the place. Some look like Mongolian shepherds, Turn of the Century men, anime villains, this mime. This town is out of time and space. It's an alien culture that the character Artemy has to relearn, and you, the player, have to learn from scratch. A situation like this would be hard to order a meal in. In Artemy's case, it turned out that his father was murdered and there's a serial killer on the loose. Many suspect the killer to be something called a Shabnak step demon.
So, kind of a detective gameplay. I think there was a bit of that in the beginning, in the first one, that you have to talk with a bunch of different people to discover things.
The arrival of a deadly, incurable plague. Artemy has come back just in time for the opening of mass hysteria. You'll need to discover who killed your father, save the town, and save yourself.
What the hell?
Now that you have the gist of it, let's go over the presentation in detail. On a technical level, the game is very impressive looking.
Yeah,
the superb lighting, shadows, and
looks
reflections
good.
do a lot to
Those it's from 2009. It's okay. It's
generate
kind of good.
atmosphere. Besides just being nice looking when you're moving through the game world, it's used incredibly effectively in the set pieces too. Pathologic 2 has a lot of creepy and surreal visuals,
Yeah.
especially when you compare it with its predecessor. A lot of these graphical techniques just weren't available for the first game, so not only do they come off a lot stronger, there's just more of them in general.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it's not a perfect improvement.
But on the first one, the game already have a big vibe to it. I remember when he was showing the stages and the soundtrack.
In conversation, the character models are great, and they have a lot of subtle animation to them. They do breach into the uncanny valley sometimes,
Yeah,
but that
this
could
one-
be intentional. Whatever, it
Look,
doesn't
it's
look
kinda
like Mountain
strange.
Blade anymore. The animations outside of those, particularly in combat,
Ooh.
are pretty janky. It almost looks like they're recorded at a lower frame rate than the game is actually running at. People slide around a lot, and some things just look so odd that it gives everyone a kind of mannequin feeling. There's still a lot of great animation work, but the lesser ones will take you out of it. Speaking of that kind of thing, there are some graphical issues, mainly
Oh.
these stutters and slowdowns. They seem to happen right before or slightly after entering a new area. It could happen by going from outside to inside, or you're just walking through town and you cross an invisible loading line and everything stops. This did improve after a patch, but it could still happen occasionally.
Okay.
I always thought the game
I
was
was
about
going
the
to
craft-
say, so this is something that the devs had to take care of. So they give a patch, but it's still not totally fine.
but to its credit, that never happened. The true terror of this issue only arrives in combat. There's nothing like fighting a leper with a rusty shank and wondering if you'll die to time dilation instead. It never
the heck?
actually screwed me over, but it could have, and that needs fixing.
It's not in the best shape as it is.
Now as for the art direction, that is excellent.
Yeah.
The world of Pathologic has a very interesting look to
On
it.
the first
At a
one,
quick
the-
glance, the town might
For the first one, the art direction was already good. So as from the beginning, he's showing that the game is better. I expect the arts direction at least to stay the same level, and maybe get better too.
look like a typical early 20th century European town, but it's also being influenced by a tribal steppe culture. They bring with them innovative ideas like regarding bulls as being sacred. This is a direct contrast to the town who's starting to industrialize. But rather than being completely at odds with each other, a lot of the town is a fusion of both
Ooh,
cultures.
that's
the
nice.
house looks European, but it has tribal tapestries inside. Makeshift contemporary hospital, shamans wearing bow and bird costumes with glowing eyes. It goes beyond just picking out which element would belong to which side and blends into being its own thing. For example, the giant
Nice.
superstructures that are just looming over the town ominously. It's hard to pick a category for those, and going inside them doesn't help much. Having this style work without being a complete mess is already a feat, but there's an
Yeah.
entire other layer on top of it. Everything
Because depending on how the artistic team did it, it could be just they throwing whatever they wanted and try to mumble all together. But I guess they did a good job and it works okay.
thing you've seen is underneath a theatrical presentation. It's like a big scary play. It's not hidden or subtle either. Right when you get to town, there are stage lights. Characters might act as stagehands or speak theatrically. Then you have the actual theater building in the center of town which predicts the future at midnight. But that's another story. It sounds like a mess when you spell it out like that, but it works because
the
of the
giant
insane
bull?
attention to detail. Even after 2 playthroughs just coming back to record a few other snippets of things, I would keep finding stuff I hadn't noticed before. Like, I didn't notice at all that playground equipment had bullheads on it. It's such a mundane object, but they went that extra mile to make it fit in the world.
Yeah, the attention to details is always something that is notable on teams that care about what they're doing. I think the details are the most important part. So the person that is playing make sure to be immersed. Immersed? Is that how I say the word? I don't know.
And then you have the
I look
surreal
it
and
later.
horror elements sprinkled around in there too. Pathologic 1 never quite hit these as hard as 2 does, but I won't spoil all of that.
What the?
Then they took everything in this setting and made an apocalypse happening on top of it. So
rats.
yeah, that's unique to say the least. Still, visuals are only half of the presentation. The sound of the game has its own unique qualities to it, so I'll start with the good first. Conversation voice acting is interesting with that trademark pathologic stage delivery jazz to it.
Light feet and heavy heart, huh? It should be the other way around.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
What the heck?
What do you call such a man? A slave. You call him a slave.
Please welcome the Outbreak. The theater is officially disbanded.
As well as other conveniences. Running water, access to your own children, who never leave their beloved polyhedron
This
anyway.
is in the game?
Access to
I can see the image kind of trembling.
your own children, who never leave their beloved polyhedron anyway.
Naturally, this
It
is
looks nice.
backed up by how well the sound builds atmosphere. Like the first game, the soundtrack is unique and has a lot of memorable qualities to it. This time around, it is for different reasons and is no longer the Genghis Khan directed Half-Life 2 soundtrack. The music is more tribal, ethereal, and mystic this time around. A lot of bells, sitars, and chanting. Depending on your ancestry, this could compel you to dance or build a spice mine somewhere. Let's check out a few samples.
Spice Mine. Okay, let's see. Theodore Bastard, Darkness. I like these masks. Theodore Bastard, Disappearing. This girl, she always somewhere. Oh, there is more than one. Okay, I understand now. It's a common archetype. Volksha Yagoda, Theodore Bastard. Oh, this one's nice. I like these types of music that has this, like, this tribal woman singing. There is one that I remember. I think, let me see, Samurai Champloo. When the protagonist, I forgot his name, is almost dying, and then there is a like 7 minutes, more than 7, maybe that 10 minutes of the episode is him maybe going to the other world and a woman singing, and I always remember that part because I really like the atmosphere that they created. Yeah, if you have ever watched Samurai Champloo, you're probably gonna remember the part that he almost died, I think.
Then you have the creepier tracks, like the one that sounds like someone scratching on wood.
This one's good to atmosphere.
Then sometimes it gets really ominous.
An open wound
What the fuck?
is a window into the world. A shout is an arm reaching out from a gaping mouth.
It's nice that the music is just as strange and otherworldly as the rest of the game. The environment in general has great sound mixing. That was my big audio complaint in Pathologic 1, and it's been improved completely. It was easier to get immersed this time instead of having dogs bark and babies cry in my ear constantly. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the mixing of minor characters. The random background sounds and callouts of unnamed NPCs and all that. I get the feeling that the voice actors did not record in the same studio. Some NPC conversations don't sound like they're in the same room.
Oh yeah.
There's also not enough variety
You
among
can
the
notice
NPCs. A pyromaniac arsonist and a sick bandit sound exactly the same and have the same line. You're walking around, you just
This is a thing that I noticed when I was talking about that guy, about that girl, that there is not too much what's the word that he used? Variety in the NPCs.
and a sick bandit sound exactly the same and have the same line. You're walking around, you just hear, "Get over here."
Come back. Stop right there.
What the?
Stop right there. Don't close that shut
First.
anywhere. You're not going anywhere.
Wait, I'm not doing this again yet. I did check, and the Russian mixing for the main characters is also great, and the mixing for random NPCs does seem better. They do have the same Attack of the Clones problem. Just instead of, stop right there, they go, hey, suka.
Suka,
Oh, it's happening again. The disease is spreading, but I have the cure.
One thing that I know about the Russian pronunciation is when they learn Portuguese, they almost don't have any accent, and the contrary is true. When someone that speaks Portuguese learns Russian, they have very little accent, because it seems like we have we speak in the same ways. We have pronunciations that are how's the word? I forgot it right now. I forgot the word to say.
It never ends. Anyway, I thought the presentation was great, very atmospheric and creative. It does fall short of being truly superb because the areas that do lack polish give it a healthy amount of jank. In other words, the Slavic specialty dish. Now I'm gonna briefly look at this as being a remake again. I think the presentation in 2 is better than 1 in every single way, but 1 does do 2 things in particular differently.
What?
The first is the contrast between the mundane buildings and the not-so-mundane, whatever this is. Except for very few select buildings, Pathologic 1 was very grounded. It looked drab and boring to walk through, like some kind of commercial where someone's about to take an antidepressant. Though, to its credit, this did make the strange buildings a lot more mysterious. 2 establishes a different world better, but that also means a lot more crazy buildings. Even then, 1 still had a few fantastical locations that I liked more than 2. I like 2's direction a lot more in general, but this is a noticeable difference to me. It did make Pathologic 1 more surreal, but also more mind-numbing. I'm sure there are a few sadists out there that prefer that. Then you combine that with the second element, which is the drastic change in the music. I like the new music, but I do miss some of the more electronic-inspired tracks. I liked Horse Archer Trip Hop. So while I wish 2 had more of that, they did remix a few songs from 1.
Okay, makes sense to reuse some songs and the remix in the new one.
Yeah, so that's cool. Now I can finally get to all the game mechanics and how much there is to do and changes and
now let's go to the game and play.
Boy, there's a lot of them. I forgot how many there were. Oh, my head. Is someone shilling Raid Shadow Legends near me?
Yes, I would love to buy the bull. If you say it talks, then I believe you. I think I got scammed. Oh, shit.
Back to the review. So to reiterate the goals, since it's been a while, you need to save the town and save yourself. Now you could go about saving the town by any means necessary, or try to be a paragon of good, it's up to you. Now your own survival depends on several stats. Health is easy. Ivan stabs you, it goes down. You'll need to find or make healing items to get that back. If you're exhausted, go to bed. Or eat something like raw coffee grounds. Just not too many or you die. Hunger is self-explanatory. If you need that explained, well, you're a cat.
That's the protagonist? He's a big boy.
Same for thirst, though it's actually more complicated than hunger in this game. We'll come back to that. Then you have your immunity, which protects you from being infected by the plague, and you really don't want to be infected by the plague. Getting clothing and certain types of immunity boosters can help you out with that, though boosters are one-time use and clothing needs maintenance. Some food you eat can make your thirst go up. It goes on. These stats are in a great balancing dance with each other. So how do you get the stuff? Here's how it works. In Pathologic 1, it was a web of bartering that I called the Hobo Economy. In Pathologic 2, this is called the Hobo Economy 2. Revengeance. When you're walking through town, you want to check trash cans for stuff. Sometimes you'll get a good haul, and sometimes they're empty. You might find empty bottles, which you can fill up with water. You can save these for yourself, or trade them with the drunks for healing items. Different kinds of townspeople will trade different items, so you need to figure all of them out. You can trade with near anyone you see, so this is a big deal. Naturally, your biggest target should always be children. Kids are dumb. Give them scissors for morphine, raisins for immunity pills. They don't get should always be children.
Your biggest target should always be children.
Kids are dumb. Give them scissors for morphine, raisins for immunity pills. They don't know what's going on. You can then sell or trade their items at stores to buy more specialty goods. Then, when times get desperate, people might start trading away their valuables for essential items. Time is always passing in Pathologic, and a new day brings a new economy. You can find clues to help anticipate how things will go, but you'll never be 100% sure what the next day will bring. People do need to trust you to trade. This ties into the game's reputation system. Instead of a single number, your reputation depends on what part of town you're in. An action can only affect a single district or several. If you shank a plague victim who tried to touch
What
you,
the
the
hell?
local district will go, no, they'll talk about it, but it's kind of understandable, so it won't spread out from there. Now, if you fire on children with shotguns, and rob people, and mug people, and break into places, and harvest organs in the dead of night,
Being a
yeah, that'll
menace
spread around, which is a shame because the illegal organ
to
market's doing
everyone.
really hot right now. I could keep going about what organs can do for you in the hobo economy, but I don't want to be on this too long. My point is that much like the stats, the gameplay mechanics are very tightly interwoven. It's rare for there to only be one way to get something you want. The first game was somewhat like this, but the second game has expanded on it greatly. The walking, which was the skeleton of all of Pathologic, has been improved. If you didn't
Nice.
notice it already, you now have the choice to sprint. That's right, newcomers, running is a brand new feature. However, your thirst stat is also your stamina. Same bar. The more you run and naturally get more thirsty, the less max stamina you have. You recharge it, but it won't be as much as before until you get a drink. At the start of the game, this seems pointless. Water is all over, why even have this? Well, when districts start getting hit by the plague, the water sources can get
makes
infected.
sense.
Barrels run empty. Water pumps break and need items to fix them. People like that. What if someone tries to kill
No
you and you
one
waste all your
cares about
stamina
you.
running? So forget running in water, how about fast travel? Well, that could work, but it takes in-game
Seems
time
right.
that could be slower if you just ran there. You need to find items to even pay for it. The boats might be closed due to
Bro,
airborne
these-
cancer,
These things.
or maybe the price will change. It went from one option, walk there, to several options that have trade-offs. Remember, the clock is always counting down. You also need to be thinking about the efficiency of everything you do. A lot of survival games are generous with the time allowed to the player. You see a meter get low and you run off to take care of it. It'll slow you down but not really hinder your progress in the main story. A lot of problems will mainly come from your lack of preparation. If anything is timed outside of survival meters, it's usually going to be minor. If you die, you load up a save point and you're back at the same place with the same rules. This is where Pathologic shakes things up. This game has lots of quests to do, more
Yeah.
than you could possibly do in a
You
single
can
day. So you
talk
need to
to
figure out which
everyone
ones to
in the
do,
city.
but also survive because you're dying. The boosters you give for a hospital quest are the same ones you need to protect your own immunity. You can go into this game always wanting to do good and not hurt the innocent, and that is possible. In a lot of role-playing games, playing
It's possible, but it's probably very difficult, right?
good means you get less stuff, but you get nicer dialogue and people being nicer to you, and being a bad guy means more stuff and angrier people. That's not the case in this game.
Okay, let's
you have
see.
to make judgment calls based off your own logic rather than
Oh.
trying to game it. Breaking into a house doesn't
That's
guarantee
nice.
there's food to find. Everyone else is starving. Using healing items to help some random guy doesn't mean your reputation will go up. He's just some guy. The player could rely on hospital work, and that can change in a day. You kill and rob to save a lot of money, then some stores stop using money. Items that seemed worthless suddenly have great value. A cop loots the guy that you shot. Do you then shoot him and take the reputation hit? You can't just third-party a fight from a distance anymore. I need to take a risk and get close for the stuff. If this all sounds difficult and frustrating, it is. It's a very hard
Nice.
game. The thing is, it's all
Yeah, it is what will make the choice matter. So if you choose to not engage or to engage and maybe kill and loot the people, it will matter.
also incredibly engaging from it. You can get bored playing Pathologic 1. I was bored for a lot of Pathologic 1. Now the sequel, that keeps shaking things up.
The dog
The
guy.
only day I did everything was the first one. It's not always unfair. There's a lot of hints that things are going to change, you need to watch out for them. I was having to break into infected houses to try and save babies for money and reputation.
Baby,
It forces you into
wait.
making these decisions to infected houses to try and save babies for money and reputation.
Feels strange to carry a baby like an item, but now isn't the time to be sentimental. So the babies be on the bag like an item.
It forces you into making these decisions just to get by, and the rules will change every day. It avoids the survival problem of being at the top with no challenge. You can have multiple saves at a profile, but only at these clocks. When you die, you meet the evil Willy Wonka theater director. He then gives you punishments like permanently knocking down your max health or making hunger and exhaustion come faster. By the way, this will be across all of your saves. There's no going back to avoid your mistake, the punishment is here to stay. How's that for survival? Can I get some water? Guess not.
Bro,
If this sounds like torture, it's really not, especially compared to Pathologic
Oh,
1.
yeah.
That's not an
Very the
incredibly
one.
confident bar, but I'll give some examples. If you don't like the death punishments, you can make a deal to get rid of them.
For
Huh?
a price.
Your map highlights locations and points of interest so you never get confused on where you are. You can hold a button to give yourself GPS vision on the go. That same
Nice.
button will also highlight characters who have dialogue, so if you need to talk to someone twice in a row, now you know. You keep a tab of things you've learned how to do, and best of all, the mind map. I hope other games steal it because it's genius. Some
Oh.
games give checkboxes or a journal to tell you what's happening and what you're doing. It's hard to make it work when the plot gets more complicated with more characters.
Okay.
The mind map organizes it like how you think, that being snippets of information that connect together. This allows you to visually trace the plot threads so you don't get lost with what's happening. You see where holes are that give you an idea of where to
That's
investigate and who
very
to talk
nice.
to. You spend
And much more in a investigating type of game that you have to act like a detective and you talk to people and do missions to try to discover the story and discover what's happening. This is a really good way to show it to the player.
speculate on what has the potential for connections. Here's a huge missing piece connecting several stories. This one looks unrelated. There was never a moment where I was truly lost on what to do. Instead of wondering if I'm going the wrong way and need to click someone twice, there's a button to make sure. Rather than making house calls across an entire city to see if someone needs help, well, at the end of the day, I know who's fine, who's at risk, and who is sick. This lets me create a plan at the beginning of the day, decide who gets what medicine. Choosing which quests to follow up on is just as important as making a choice inside of a mission. This is a story that branches out with characters having multiple outcomes. These people could have incomplete information, flawed logic, an angle, an entire laundry list of reasons why doing something for them might not have the best result. These are effects that you see in the game world and can cause other effects. As I said before, the challenge doesn't come from the game being cryptic, it comes from genuine decision making. Even
It
combat,
comes
something that
from the decisions have impact. That's good.
you would think would be based off reflexive skill is a dizzy nightmare. It's difficult to do anything reliably in a fight, and yeah, it's terrible. My
Yeah.
strategy was usually try to kill them
Guys, it's a thing that they did not improve. The fighting gameplay.
quickly, and if it looks like it'll be a long fight, just run away. Guns fire erratically or jam if they're not maintained properly. A late game optional mission to get a shotgun involves fighting 3 people at once. Pathologic 2 considers that a huge deal in a video game. Fighting 3 men at one time. It can be hard to wrap your brain around. It's a difficult game, but difficult for the right reasons this time around. Not to
Oh.
mention, in a patch they begrudgingly added difficulty
Huh?
options. You have the option
Lava.
to change nearly any parameter in the game, but Pathologic 2 recommends you don't do that. The stand-in for the director even laments not being able to make the game harder.
My true desire was for this town to never have a direction or goal maker. Not even us. It's intellectually offensive. Who do you have to be? Who do you have to be to trust a map maker and a free-person nose saying, "Here's your goal. You're too lazy and stupid to figure it out on your own. And I am not without mercy toward the last mind. So I will do the work for you. Go there. Go and don't forget to thank me for choosing your goal for you. Love, the powers that be." Holy shit. He did not want to put it. But guys, it's one of the things that made the worm be bad for the people that they wanted it to play. I don't know how I feel about that because, as I said in the beginning, I think the game should prioritize the gameplay, but I always like when the devs and the writers stick with the vision that they want to be. So, in my opinion, he should have followed his vision and did do that. But I guess they want to make the game a little bit more accessible.
So why is this here? I rarely do this, but it's time to talk about some other reviews. I don't think this game is selling too well, and I have some ideas why.
If the intent here is to follow a Sousian hard is good philosophy, Pathologic 2 starts to feel less like an interesting failure and more like a budget Skyrim. That's the thing, they want... The focus is on the message that they are trying to say, maybe? I'm not sure. That's the thing that I was talking about. Their focus is on trying to tell and say a story note, say a message with what's happening in the game, or something like that.
I'd like to present my case. The criticism I see the most is about the survival mechanics. Most reviewers lament it, calling it tedious and wishing you could just walk around the interesting world and talk to people about the mystery. That's fair. So here's why it would be a detriment. The characters in this game are well written and fleshed out. especially when compared to Pathologic 1, whose characters had traits, but they were so allegorical and metaphorical, and it was difficult to see them as actual people. 2 gives you history with them. They make it personal. Decisions you make lead to their death or their survival. The game invites you to get invested in them, see what they can do if they live through it. Protecting characters from the plague is one of your main goals in the game. Actions you take can influence whether they get infected in the first place. If they do get infected, well, it's up to you to save them. Plague-curing items are hard to acquire. You need to sacrifice time and resources to get them. The key word being sacrifice. You have to give something up to make this happen. Are you invested enough to go into areas and risk permanent punishments? Are you going to give up an item that would easily cure yourself to help someone else? Do you upgrade your ability to carry more fat loot, or focus more on the medicine machine? You're not distant from the situation deciding who lives and dies in conversations, you're actively in it. You're also trying not to starve, you're also trying not to die of disease. It immerses you more in the situation, you're part of the decaying city, not some immortal Time Lord observing it.
As I have said, and I'm gonna repeat again, your choices matter. So I think that's good. Nowadays there's too much games that try to give a way to the person to escape, I guess. I like this. Even though I don't know if I would like to play the game.
You and the other characters that they want you to be invested in, you're in the same boat. Their problems seem more real because they're real for you to manage. You know, helping your characters be relatable, so you care what's happening and maybe feel something. Without these meters, you have no reason to drop into a random house and see how normal people are doing. You never go out and hunt for supplies based off a tip. You never have a routine look in a house turn to a monster chase. You don't need to question your own decision or take a big gamble. Yeah, let's just remove the conditions that made those memorable events happen. Some of the most interesting conversations in the game happen right after you die, because they know it's hard and they do expect you to fail a bunch. I still have mechanical issues with this game. Muggers having the surrender mechanic is useless, not having an inventory auto-sort is a needless pain in the ass, and I still don't get sneaking. I've rarely seen those complained about, but instead it's the driving force of the game that's being criticized. I don't know. I guess I'm just disappointed that the games our art crowd seems so obsessed with those walking simulators where you don't have a ton of interactivity or mechanics. Then you have this game that did an excellent job at refining a concept that they had 10 years ago, and it's being dismissed for not being one of those walking games. Maybe we should think about why these mechanics are still there and not dismiss it as a mistake? When I beat Pathologic 1, I was dreading having to play a new character. I really didn't want to. In this, I was excited to play the same character again just to see what turned out differently. I loved it. The only thing 1 truly has over 2 is some more interesting story elements at points, and you can play as 3 characters.
Oh yeah, that is
if you really want to know more about the story of 2, you could just watch my video on 1. All the new stuff in 2 is based on new character context, events, and other stuff that would take forever to go through. Icepick Lodge had plans to add the other 2 characters, but I don't know now. I couldn't in good faith recommend Pathologic 1, but 2, I'll say yes.
Yeah,
in fact, I'll go farther
sounds
than
nicer.
that. I'm not a good salesman, but if this game sounded remotely like it would be interesting to you, go buy this game. GOG and Steam both have refund policies. If you don't like it in the time period, just refund it. Even though it's only 1 character, it's a much more fleshed out experience than the 3 that were in Pathologic 1. They improved on nearly everything I could hope for. I would hate to see it not—
The 1 I did not want to put on my wishlist, but this 2, maybe I will put it later. What the heck?
Not get polished up and not get the other characters. I don't want to watch it fade away and then in 5 years read on some publication that gave it a bad review that it was a hidden gem and we all just missed it. I want to see the other characters. I want to see the Sol Matol video on them. So if it sounds like your thing, check it out, and I'll see you in the next video. I also kind of want to try Deluxe Hard Mode. I like punishing myself.
Hard mode. Okay. This one was faster than the first. I guess because he didn't have to play the story.
I was out with an injury in late June and couldn't get this finished, and I'm glad it's over. Anyways, time for questions. Are there any games you like you don't plan on doing a video on? Probably Morrowind, maybe New Vegas at this rate. Also really long role-playing games like Baldur's Gate 2. I'm starting to wonder if those will be worth the time investment, because those will take a while to record properly. I don't want the wait from now to the last video to become the new normal. When will you review a Total War Warhammer game? My plan is after the next Lord Pack, so it'll be my December to New Year holiday project, I think. I have no idea what they might rework or add in, so I don't want to get started now just in case they end up fixing something, then I waste my time making footage for that. That video is my White Whale, after Elite Dangerous, which I might have to hold off on that for a bit still, because I can't sit for very long. Honestly, I've been sitting too long right in this moment, so next question. Have you played a Zachtronics game?
Zachtronics?
I saw a few of the Matthew Matosis videos on them, but I haven't played any myself yet. I have a feeling they might be too strong for me. Are there any games you didn't like in a first playthrough, but liked in a second? The big one I always think of is Quake 4, because I stopped playing that the first time I played it. Doom 3 was the year before, and I thought it was going to be Doom 3 Part 2, so I just gave up on it. There's this spaceship where Steve Bloom voices everyone on it, and that was the point where I stopped. Then later I came back, and now I really enjoy it. There'll probably be a video on it eventually. Alrighty then, have a great weekend.
Okay. That was... There is something in the end by the bull. There's still something. Okay. Oh, sacrificing the bull. Nice. This one was faster than the first one, I guess, because he did not have to explain out the story like the first one. And it seems like the sequel and the remake is the two things at the same time. It's better. It still has some mechanical issues, but outside of that, I guess they stuck to the visual, mainly what they wanted to do. Not everything, like the rat dev was complaining about. But maybe the first one I did not feel like putting on my wish list, my ever-growing wish list. But this one, I think I'm gonna put it. And maybe in the future I try playing. Okay. With that said, if you watch it until here, please give a like, comment something, maybe recommend something. Subscribe. And that's it. Bye bye. Okay. I ended the recording. Let me put the name for the video so I know later what it is about. Pathologic 2 review. And I think I did not put. Yeah, I did not put on the Google Notes. Pathologic 2, here is the link. Now, what the heck? Okay. Let me see if it's still on the drugs. Okay, not. Now let me open the next video. Let me open the next one. Here's the link on my Google Notes.
100 men versus...
Okay, let me start the recording. Hello. So the link to the original is on the description. If you can open and give it a like, and maybe let it play on the background to give the original creator his views, would be very nice. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Everything you needed to know. So this is a a talk that people have. This is it's been some months. 2 months ago is this video from, and it was, people made a bunch of memes about it, and I think there is a game. I think Corona played it. I don't know if there is other girls that played. I think I saw the title for a clip from Corona play it. I'm not sure right now, but someone played it. There is a game about it right now. So let's see. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Everything you need to know.
Versus 1 gorilla is just the newest online debate brought to you.
Let me put that's alright.
By
Okay.
people. 100 men versus 1 gorilla is just the newest online debate brought to you by people that have way too much time on their hands. And I'm no better, because here I am making a video about it. Because it's quickly gone from silly Twitter talk to what has to be a massive joke that I'm not in on. What's clear is one side is getting drastically overrated, while people obviously aren't taking the other side seriously. Plus, I love animals and arguments.
The gorilla is
so if you're looking for a
probably
video to eat your
overrated.
lunch with, or to be the soundtrack of your commute home, I'm going to break down the question you probably didn't care about in the first place, and by the end, you'll wonder how this was ever even a question. So here's the full truth of whether 100...
But I guess when people make this question, they imagine the 100 men fighting without weapons, maybe? If it's first fight, it would be difficult to have some courage to try and jump the gorilla. I mean, who is gonna try being the first? I am a monkey, so I'll probably help my fellow monkey.
Unarmed men could beat 1 prime silverback gorilla. But first, we gotta understand what force of nature we're up against. Now, I do have a couple recent videos on gorillas, so to not
Oh yeah,
repeat myself too much,
I watched this one. I have a react video on this.
I do advise that you check those out for further context. But basically everything we thought about gorillas back in the day was wrong. They're giant, non-violent, fart-happy pacifists, and the most dangerous thing about them is they can misunderstand regular human actions as an act of war. So while yeah, if you smile at a silverback enough times, he eventually will put beats on you like a Cherokee drum, most times a gorilla is just worried about the 6,000 calories he eats a day. And thank the stars for that. Gorillas are built like the developer had something to prove. They took the human model and said, drag to resize. The result is an alpha ape with a stronger bite force than a grizzly, allegedly, hands that can crush a crocodile's skull, allegedly, and just strength that we really have no way to truly comprehend. That man fully didn't plan to get casually ragdolled, but plans are always subject to change when you're around the prime ape. Gorillas might default to peace, but life is multiple choice. The question is, what kind of carnage comes when they choose violence? It's hard to imagine what a fully malice-motivated gorilla can do because it takes a lot for them to get to that point. The first phase of conflict involves using body language.
They probably gonna run if they have the chance.
And gestures to send a message before
not to risk getting hurt.
Because for an animal that can spend over 12 hours a day eating, wasting calories on fights is poor resource management. The second phase of escalation usually involves pushing, grappling, and screaming in really short bursts. Gorillas fight the way they fuck. What I mean is, the phase they run are like how they're hung. Not long at all. Because again, most times gorillas don't actually want to fight. But what about when they do? Yeah, that would be phase 3, and that usually happens when 2 silverbacks throw down for control of a group. Losing such would mean losing the 3 Fs: food, family, and the FCC won't let me finish, but stakes can make these fights to the death, and here's where we can see what gorillas are truly capable of. I found a research paper that detailed the injuries sustained in gorilla on gorilla fights, and based on that, we see a pattern. Those teeth are for more than just undressing trees, and losers are often found with lacerations and puncture wounds all over the body. And unlike a leopard, which leaves small puncture wounds, the canines of a gorilla cause large gaping tears in victims. Even if the gorilla's bite strength has been exaggerated, which we will get into, even lowballing them puts them at the level of a hyena. One gorilla named Inshuti had his foot completely crushed with the tips of his fingers and ear bitten off. Gorillas also use their arms, not really to punch but to use as battering rams, and they've also been known to pull chunks of hair out with their hands. So safe to say, a gorilla's stiff arm to the back would crack your constitution like a glow stick and could dislocate or break human bones by accident. And with many victims also recorded with bite wounds to the face, you'd probably be able to unlock your iPhone from 20 feet away after a gorilla puts jaws on you. So what chance would an army of humans have against a 500-pound berserker? Well, hot take. Gorillas have been drastically overrated in many ways.
They can read hard, but they aren't in tanks, you know. You can still hurt them. So if you can catch them first,
versus fighters. Gorillas aren't efficient fighters, they're more physical brawlers and grapplers, and with everything I've said, most fights last anywhere from a couple seconds to 1 to 2 minutes at the most. Also, as strong as gorillas are, their strength has been overrated. There are some animals that just get more and more OP the more people talk about them. Chimps have been said to have the strength of 8 men when really it's closer to 1.5. It's just that they're stronger in all the ways that can kill you. And grizzly bears are already big enough, but then you got people claiming they could decapitate a full-grown moose with 1 swipe. Now, what idiot would say that? And this debate has people swearing a gorilla can decapitate a full-grown moose with 1 swipe. Now, what?
A grizzly can turn a moose into paraplegic with one slap, so they can easily one-shot any gorilla. What the heck? It's like they're battle shonen people trying to see who is the character strong and who's gonna fight and we win who. So, but people using animals to do it. power scaling people. But using animals.
Idiot would say that. And this debate has people swearing a gorilla would rip a whole man in half like a phone book with nary a sweat. I knew the gorilla propaganda peaked when this was an actual debate. Doctor Strange could conjure up 14 million realities. You won't find one where a plus-size protein-packing primate can do anything to a full-strength grizzly bear taking him seriously. Especially since there's a much smaller predator known to give gorillas problems. Gorillas have been documented getting preyed on by African leopards.
Yeah, he said that on the last video, I think.
Due to less competition, that's still an at most 180-pound cat past tensing Optimus Prime. Now let me be fair, these are rare and leopards usually go for hoofed animals, wild pigs, and monkeys. Gorillas are actually too big and too social to be a regular on the grocery list, so it sounds like that whole point is trash. But that same paper listing gorilla on gorilla violence also showed the aftermath of leopard attacks. In those reports, all leopard victims
took gorillas, western gorillas, leopards.
Bite wounds to the head and most of the arms, with lacerations localized about the neck and claw marks on the trunk. So even though it is rare and a one-on-one between a silverback and a leopard might murk both, if a gorilla can struggle with less than 200 pounds of predator, a 900-pound Duratio would give Harambe a bunk meat. Also, against 100 men, there are some very real issues that could be game over for the gorilla. The big one is endurance. Gorillas are dangerously close to being hot girl fit. They're best using explosive bursts of energy, not sustained strain over a long period of time, and a fight against 100 humans would likely last hours.
What the fuck was that?
Strain over a long period of time.
He got stuck?
They're best using explosive bursts of energy, not sustained strain over a long
She got stuck to the gorilla out? What the hell?
Period of time, and a fight against 100 humans would likely last hours, which is really bad considering compared to us, gorillas have poor temperature control.
Another one.
Gorillas don't have as many sweat glands as humans. And if we're talking about mountain gorillas,
if you're taking care of gorillas, I think one of the things that would make sure is to not enter the place without making sure that they are not there. What the hell?
Fur would make it a 101 versus 1. The men and the risk of heat stroke. That is, if the ape doesn't just have a heart attack. Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in gorillas in zoos, and 70% of male gorillas in zoos suffer from heart disease that'll past tense them prematurely. Now that might just apply to zoo gorillas, but it's still a factor. Another is the very temperament of the gorilla is highly non-confrontational. They're more likely to run away than run a fade. But most important,
what the heck? Wait. Let me ban this bot. Okay. Nice.
importantly, the brawling, grappling build is not a good combat style against multiple enemies. We know that cause there's another African predator that's been giving gorillas hell, and you may not have even realized it. And it's weird because for a while, gorillas and chimpanzees seem like they were on good terms. They've been recorded foraging together, and they'll even have their version.
Chimps are savages. I think I watched something about them being really aggressive. So
of primate playdates. That all changed when the chimps started chimping. A couple years ago in Luongo National Park, scientists witnessed a gang of 18 chimps jump a gorilla family of 5. That's 3 females, 1 baby, and a silverback. The turf war lasted an hour, and even with the silverback apparently testing ragdoll physics, throwing chimps in the air, and even managing to injure 3, eventually he was surrounded and chased off by 9 chimps. The adults got away, but the chimps managed to snatch the baby gorilla of the group. which was promptly eaten. The second attack involved 27 chimpanzees and 7 gorillas, and this time, the silverback made a business decision and immediately climbed out of the trees and fled the scene. Yes, comparing chimps to humans is comparing durians to jackfruit. The moral here is the one gorilla can not only be overwhelmed, but neutralized by numbers. Because if there's one thing that's being dangerously underrated, it's the power of friendship. Don't laugh, I'm serious. If you remember this picture, then you know this was the 100 Men 1 Gorilla of 2018. It's pretty self-explanatory. Everything here is coming for your life except Men 1 Gorilla.
They'll defend you, and the rest is coming to kill you. You got the rats, and maybe the gun, the guy with the gun.
It's pretty self-explanatory. Everything here is coming for your life except the 2 you pick to run defense for you. And I'm just gonna kill the suspense. If one of those picks isn't the 10,000 rats, you have no idea how big
rats.
10,000
What the hell?
is. Add eagles for aerial support and the rest of the field would have over 200 rats to deal with each. And it's cause the power of plurality is one of the most broken strategies in nature. Mobbing refers to an anti-predator behavior where prey animals approach, harass, and sometimes attack their own predator. It's how one animal can shift an almost impossible matchup in their favor. One hyena to a lion is a chew toy. Add 20 and it's a life lesson. Pilot whales have been on record chasing orcas out of high competition areas and even actively following the sounds of orca hunts. There's plenty of examples of weaponized unity in nature, but probably my favorite case of what's akin to a mob happens off the coast of South Africa, where fur seals have to risk their spot on the census every time they check the fridge, cause the seals can't go out for groceries without the chance of running into the biggest predatory fish on earth. Every year, great white sharks will gather around fur seal nurseries and snatch any inexperienced pups.
What the hell?
Problem is, so many sharks show up that a seal can dodge one great white right into the jaws of another. You've seen this movie before.
That is too much.
There's an alternate ending. Scientists have recorded fur seals squatting up into one giant group and using their numbers to turn on the sharks closing in. And as the mob gets bigger, the SEAL force gets more confident, leading to them escorting the 20-foot assault submarines back out to sea. So with all this, now it doesn't seem like a stretch to favor 100 men over.
They just escorted to another place.
Just one gorilla.
Interesting.
You could argue that the CEOs and the other mob merchants aren't actually getting physical with their final boss. That's true. Everyone's asking if 100 men could off a gorilla. No one's asking how. Well, that's why I'm here. But first, obligatory, don't try this on a gorilla, or at least don't blame me for the consequences if you do. In a fight against a simian weighing a shack and a half, it's all about attacking the weak points, and a gorilla's weak points are the same as ours. Eyes, throat, mouth, and for measure, the jewels of the south.
Yeah, you get to the eyes, it's over.
Matters, and to do that, someone would have to perform the Draymond Green special and go for the eyes and blind him. Someone else would have to suffocate the supersized simian, either by bear hugging his windpipe, which only Tarzan backpacking plot armor can do, or by shoving your entire arm down his throat. And since you're already negotiating your arm elbow deep in esophagus, you'd also have to pull the gorilla's tongue out. I call that the leopard method, because a 73-year-old
who would be the chosen one to do that?
An attacking leopard by reaching into its mouth and ripping out the leopard's liquor. And speaking of grab and pull, someone would have to be elected to perform Draymond's final smash and go for the gorilla's unmentionables. Hey, don't judge. This is war. The rest would have to use their combined strength to pin the primate down, with the remainder delivering kicks to the gorilla's flank, the most powerful natural attack to the gorilla's most vulnerable area. That would probably be the best way to chip away at a gorilla. One problem though, this is still a gorilla we're talking about. Even with everything I said about their strength being overrated, a gorilla fighting for its life would show you destruction like you've never seen. It doesn't matter how many men, the method, or the facet. For those first few, their only outcome is
the first few.
Even if numbers eventually win, those first dozen or so men would be horrifically maimed, mutilated, or straight up murked. You can argue that if I can mention that 100 men running over the hill would intimidate even a gorilla, witnessing men getting mauled and disfigured would inflict psychological damage.
True.
There's an argument that witnessing the sheer carnage would weaken the resolve of the others, destabilizing the army. And you have to remember, if mobbing is natural, doing so in a way that guarantees a portion of your team sees Tupac live isn't. Even animals like hyenas will fall back if they sense they don't have enough of an advantage in a clan fight. But there's a catch. The tweet that started all this said, dedicated to that shit. Surely if men can watch bunkmate. The tweet that started
I think 100 niggas could beat one gorilla. Everybody just gotta be dedicated to the shit. Yeah, if everybody is dedicated, it's gonna lose some people.
All this said, dedicated to that shit. Surely if men can watch bunkmates get blown to bits in a war, then you can find 100 willing to die about a gorilla. If they can withstand the visceral reaction of seeing jaws getting detached, limbs getting dislocated, and a field of open fractures, 100 men would definitely beat a gorilla. And moral of the story, we have strayed so far from the Halo of Harambe. Yeah, this is the part where I do the annoying thing and turn a tweet made by someone who definitely wouldn't pass a P-test into a lecture. But like I said in the other video, gorillas have already been getting the middle finger from humanity, either in the wild or in zoos. Whether it's trophy hunting or bush meat, habitat loss, or an unsupervised minor.
I mean, we hunt, we not, I am okay. You guys hunt everything, so of course gorillas gonna be included.
Humans have the highest KD ratio against our green machine cousins, because a gorilla has never been on record life depriving a person, even when they may have had a reason. Yet the mountain gorilla is nearly in bed with extinction mostly because of humans. But not all humans. Some dedicate their entire lives to the welfare of this giga ape, which is why I will be donating to Virunga National Park. Not only do they treat and protect the gorillas there as family, they often have to risk their lives regularly going against poachers. To that end, the fact that I made a video detailing how to murk an endangered species makes my soul itch, so link down below if you'd like to donate as well. I'm not kidding when I say they're family. This man was seen comforting one of his young gorillas after his mother died. Fun fact, Virunga National is where we got this jet. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Fun little video that nobody should take seriously. Nah, but I think I'm gonna start doing the animal versus animal face-off videos again, so let me know what animal matchup you'd like to see me yap about. There's one I've been wanting to get into for a while. Friendly reminder that I have a book, 100 Animals That'll Bleeping End You. I'd say more, but the name's the marketing. Also, I have a Patreon, but reminder that your money's probably just gonna buy me lunch, so don't spend a check unless you've always wanted to indirectly feed me Wendy's. Or you might just fund my next trip. I mean, all this talk about gorillas, who knows? Maybe I'll go see one. Oh shit. But yeah, drink water, hug your mother. Please don't gang up on a gorilla. They've been through enough. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.
Okay. Newest casal geográfico just dropped. Okay. Nice. If you watched until here, thank you. Please give a like, comment something, and maybe subscribe. Okay, bye bye. Okay, one more recording. I think there is 2 more. Let me name the video. 100 men versus 1 gorilla video. Okay, second one, there is 2 more. Let me open here on the side. Oh yeah, the second part to this one, I watched the first one, and now I'm gonna watch the second part. Okay, everything okay. Did I give you a like? I gave it. Nakoya. Maybe I watch this one later. Okay. Let me start the recording. Hello. So I watched the first part from this. So yeah, I'm gonna watch the other 2, but this one here is the part 2. How the single model GPU YouTuber broke the internet. She grew a lot. I can say that I was following her before this boom that she had these months ago. I started following her because I think it was people that hated her. I'm not sure right now. I think it was people rated her, and then I decided to subscribe. Yeah, that's it. Okay, the link to the original is on the description. If you can open and let it play and give the original his like, it would be very nice. Let's start.
Ladies and gentlemen, we officially have a banger on our hands, and it's time to roll out the red carpet. And before we proceed any further, if you guys could subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. We're so close to 100k subs, I could literally feel the silver play button in my hands.
Okay.
Anyways, this Oscar video popped off. In just 1 week, we got over 400k plus views, 1k plus comments, and 40k plus likes. I want to personally thank everyone for sharing, commenting, and simply watching this video. What blew me away was the quality of comments I was getting. You had countless people sharing their personal stories of being raised by a single parent. I can't share all those stories with you, but here are some that really stood out to me. I was born to a single mother who loved me and provided for me enough for 2 parents. When I looked around at my friends' families as a young child, I was grateful for my mom. A lot of parents are present, but either shouldn't be or might as well not be there.
That's true.
My eldest brother was a single father when his wife left him and his 2 sons. I felt devastated. I remember what my mother experienced when father left. It felt like fate. So I decided to leave my boarding house and go to my hometown to help my eldest brother to raise his 2 sons.
Decided to leave my boarding house. I don't know what a boarding house is. Let me look here on the side really fast. What is a boarding house? Boarding house is a type of residence where individuals rent rooms and may also receive meals and other services, sharing common facilities like kitchens and bathrooms. Oh, okay.
And 7 years old, it's worth seeing my nephew smile and happy every day. There are countless comments told.
And now Bro Livelihood is streaming on different platforms every day. Holy shit, nice.
It's worth seeing my nephew smile and happy every day. There are countless comments that I was not able to respond to, but I'm beyond grateful that so many of you guys shared such meaningful personal stories. There was many reasons why this video blew up. Yes, I'm sure part of it had to do with me intentionally dropping it on Mother's Day, a time where nearly everybody is thinking about their mama and their sacrifices, but I believe it is Ray's ultimate sacrifices and inspiring story of putting her daughter above everything that really captured the attention of everybody that watched this video. And boy, one of the biggest joys coming out of this is seeing the explosion in Ray Chan's popularity in the days that followed. Firstly, she was able to get 100k subs in less than a month and cross 300k subs.
I remember that she was number 2, okay.
This was so booming that she ranked number 2 in the global VTuber subscriber growth.
Nice.
Bruh, she was legitly in a sea of whole like
Shion, Gura. Anyway, follow Saba and Roa-chan. I forgot the first name. Oh.
Talent, outpacing monthly growth of Marine, Mume, and even my Oshi, Suise, and continuing on with that whole life thread. Even Callie started to follow her. I mean, I understand Ray Chan is a single mother, but seeing the ultimate VTuber dad supporting you, that's the ultimate flex.
Nice.
I want to bring your attention to this chart that Ray Chan shared.
Yeah, hello. I'm good.
That just blew me away. This chart showed her growth as a VTuber these past 5 years.
Oh yeah, she has a good number of Indonesian fans too.
Firstly, she spent the first 3 years of her career struggling. She only had 3,000 subscribers and had
thank you for the follow.
10 concurrent viewers. Most people would have quit at this point, but Ray got that OP power up from seeing Ray Chan smile and was like, Mama gotta get back to work. It wasn't until 1,675 days where the Taiwanese peeps pulled up and where things really picked up. But it wasn't
All over
until
the
year
world.
5 when Reika starting kindergarten headlines broke the internet and the bald eagle itself swooped in and ascended Rei's career to absolute new heights. These days, her VODs get 50k plus views,
Nice.
and she gets over 3,000 concurrent viewers. If you invested in Otsuka Rei stocks 3 years ago and cashed out, even if you get hit with that whole life merch tariff fee, that will be
I don't
chump
remember
change
how
for you.
much she had when I started following her, but it was before. I think it was. I mean, it was before this boom that she had.
This honestly
she had
motivates
this
me, but so many other people. Whether you're a small-time streamer, a content creator, or someone just chasing their dreams. The biggest thing that is evident though is that Otsuka Rei's success is opening a new avenue within VTubing. Since the beginning of time, VTubers were expected to act closely like a Japanese idol. You were kind of like this unicorn. You couldn't talk about current relationships, and God forbid you talk about having kids. But now, we live in a VTuber era where Shinzo Abe's ghost himself is smiling down from the heavens.
What the fuck?
This shows you that you can continue on with your streamer journey even though you have kids, which promotes career longevity and organically creates a more authentic environment.
Oh yeah, and the Nimi these days just said she's got married too.
If you want to talk about
It depends on the people, on the person, on how they put the content, I guess.
environments, we have to talk about drama tubing. Many people know my position on drama tubing, aka CNN Fox News of the VTuber space. We really went from getting wholesome, legitimately funny VTuber moments to whole ass English essay Google Docs and
Every day is a fucking Google Doc.
high school drama. Yes, I understand when it's warranted, but when I see this VTuber drama slop plaster all over my Twitter timeline and YouTube homepage, what are we trying to get done here? What are we trying to accomplish? This whole movement of Rei's channel popping off is a huge FU to this establishment. It's to show you that you don't need to partake in BS to grow your channel, and there are plenty of VTubers out there killing it in their own unique and positive ways. Thank you guys for restoring my faith in humanity. If there's an emerging VTuber you definitely feel needs to be highlighted, drop those names in the comments down below. This has been your boy Yi-Man. I'll see you next time. Peace out.
Okay. That was this. I think there is one more video. Let me end this one. If you watched it until here, please give a like, comment something, and subscribe. Bye bye. Okay. Oh, it's going okay. I just do recording some some reactions before I started playing the game. Let me put the name here. And this, I think it's the first time that I tried to multi-stream on 3 platforms at the same time, so I was a little scared about not working right. I lost some frames in the beginning, but now it's okay, I think. I hope it stayed that way. I have intention of playing other games. Right now I am playing. There is 3 games that I play because I am always playing one Hololive fun game. The Hololive fun game that I play right now is Miko in Magma. It's kind of a rage quit game, and there is Vampire Survivors that I get. I think I want to do everything on Vampire Survivors, and I started playing Blue Archive these days. It was my first gacha, and I think it's gonna be the only one because I don't really have Yes, I am pretty new. I still learning. Yes, I still learning how to speak English. I wanted it to get better at speaking because I learned it alone. So I did not have people to train speaking with. Yes. So there is that too. I still want to get better at expressing myself in English. Okay, there was one more. Oh yeah, it was a kind of a meme kind of video, and this is the last one for today of a reaction. Ah, okay, thank you. I think the thing here's okay. Let me just look. Wait, I'm just looking something here. The side really fast. Okay. Oh yeah, let me see how I do to clean the. I think a way to clean my thing. So new messages would be closing the multi-chat, and open again. Yeah, now I open again. Caster Labs, caffeinated, or something like that. Okay. Oh, hello, fish. How are you doing? I was changing the mood chat here, so sorry I did not see your message. Oh, what the hell? I was cleaning it. This one I don't have the option to clean. I have to close and open again. So I was recording some reactions. I think this one is the last video for today, and then I'm gonna play some games later. And I like on my YouTube streams, I like to do each stream for its own thing, you know. This stream is just reaction, and when I will play another game, I have the other streams in the background. Just end this one and start another one. And I not end the multi streams because on Kick and Twitch you don't really need to end like that. But on YouTube I'm gonna do one for each. So I'm gonna end the recording of this and start playing. I think it's kind of late, so maybe Blue Archive. I was going to play another game before Blue Archive, but getting late here. I'll probably go directly to Blue Archive. Let me just see here in the chat, because it's not, my mood chat is not showing. Let me test it here. Not showing the third yeah, the kick is not showing. I don't know why. Let me just see what I can do here. Let me open this. Let's see if it's connected. Accounts. It is, but for some more it's not showing. What the heck? Test. Oh, showed. Nice. Okay. Shows, but I can't write in the mood chat. Ah, it's okay. Later I see that. Okay, let me start recording. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I ate lasagna today. Lasagna. We call it lasagna here. I ate today lasagna. Start recording. Okay, let's go. Hello, hello. So, the link to the original video is on the description. So, if you can, please open and give the original creator his likes and maybe let it play on the background while you watch me to give him his view too would be very nice. Now, 15 minutes of crazy VTuber clips from Cat Chase. Let's go. Oh, give a like. Nice. What the hell?
I'm gonna
Alright, a good start. What the fuck?
And we're gonna make some memory.
Love the stream, but I do.
Oh, Cleo, she's on Face Connect now. Very nice.
So no, please no subliminal messages. You will fall in love with older women. You will fall in love with older women.
You hate
you clunkers. You will want
to
date a cougar. Ooh, you will seek
what
women
the fuck?
10+ years older than you. Romantically. Ooh. Oh no, it's working.
Sorry, Cleo. Not going to Australia. Clunkers. Oh shit.
Waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my ass and I slap my
Bro.
nuts.
Fight what crazy?
Gigi always saying some crazy shit.
Like when you could fight fine.
Shonda.
What the fuck? Why is one of them black?
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I saw this clip. I saw this clip.
Nice game. Aku, 見て。071 031 081 001 Cenotop. What the fuck? Noob.
I remember I played it. I tried playing League because when I was a kid I would play Dota 1. I would play Dota 1 on the LAN house. So when I grew up and then it came Dota 2 and then League. And I tried to play it. I didn't really like League, but Dota 2 I played a lot. I was good at it. I played some tournaments on Dota 1 in the LAN house. It was kind of fun because I was the youngest boy there. Then I started. Imagine you playing a tournament, a Dota 1 tournament, and then a kid 6, 7 years old start screaming after killing you. What the fuck? It's just fun.
Did women really vote to make alcohol go away? I'm starting to understand misogyny.
Based as ours.
Not as much these days, but I've read a lot of shoujo. And shoujo...
Fish? We have a really good fish here. What the hell? I forgot the name. It's an Amazon fish. Pirarucu. Oh, pirarucu, mas I think you guys call it another thing. Tambaqui, pirarucu. I think you guys call another thing. Pirarucu in English. Arapaima. Tambaqui. Tambaqui is another fish. It's very good. Oh yeah, let's go back to the video. Just saltwater.
That was not a board side. That was not. That's.
Let me see.
Days, but I've
This
read
side?
a lot of shoujo, and shoujo.
What the hell? Oh.
That was not a board side. That was not. That's. That was.
That was not a board
That
side.
was something else.
Yay! Hey! Yay! Somebody said my hand movements looked weird in that. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm holding a microphone. It's totally normal, not awkward at all. Okay, all right.
Doobie?
Sick. You're sick. You're sick in the head. You're broken. Your brain is broken.
Mume, are you draining your sanity by talking to the ghost?
Fauna.
Want me to stay here?
Yes. Oh my gosh, she's turning into the ghost.
Do you want me to kill them for you?
It's just
Mume,
me.
take your
You better go
meds.
back, Mume.
Oh shit, what the fuck? Ah, it's just a mini lizard. What the hell? Almost dropped it on my head. But it's okay. You guys fighting?
Meds!
For
sure. Yes. Jack it off.
What?
Yes. Jack it off.
If you wish.
What the hell did I need?
I am going to devour your soul.
Hello?
Cock?
Eh?
I think I'm older.
Lina and Amalie.
Yeah, I'll be 33 in March.
Wow, look at the time. I have to go. This has been such a good time.
Wait.
I'm,
Wait, no,
I
come back
can't
here.
carry away.
Come back here. Wait, have you told
I
Chat
don't
how
have
old
the
you are?
custom of watching Twitch too much. Sometimes I enter to see Shonda or Lily Hopkins, but normally I prefer just to stay on YouTube.
Yeah, my birthday's next week. I turned 34.
Oh my god, happy birthday!
Thank you.
34.
Wow. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mom, senpai.
33 or 32? Are we
I'm
essentially the same
32
age?
right now. I'll be 33 in March.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's why we get along. Okay.
We're
okay.
hags! Hags unite!
Spit on that thing.
Henya.
Oh,
Bro.
I see it. How cool are you? Spit on that thing.
I don't even know what
What the fuck are they teaching her?
Constantinople is. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Constantinople is the... Do you know Istanbul?
Like the one that's in war with Palestine right now?
What the f... Constantinople?
No.
Is she American? Because I know you guys have this geography education problem, but I think she's Canadian, right? Bro.
Please don't kill me. I know I'm so strong, but
It's terrifying. I cannot deal with someone that could possibly be stronger than everybody else in this world.
She's
Me
too strong.
Yeah, you're too strong.
Oh
You're
yeah,
too different
Enrico
from us.
recollection.
Difference is terrifying.
Wait, Iris, wait.
What she said? I did not.
Deal with someone that could possibly be stronger than everybody else in this world.
She's
Me
too strong.
Yeah, you're too strong. You're too different from us.
Ah, okay.
Difference is terrifying.
Wait, Iris, wait.
Oh shit! You better go help her, bro. Sorry, I get nervous sometimes. I just laugh.
Wait. Hot pink, wait. Wait, one moment. What? Let's reel that one back. Hold on there. Let's just think about that one more time.
What do you think about eugenics?
What? What do you think about eugenics?
Like in an ideal world.
Oh,
Right.
oh, calm down.
Here we go.
Calm down, Pippa. Calm down.
Please.
What the fuck? Oh, Rika?
聞かないでよ。
Rika, no, Ruka. What the fuck? I confounded the name. Rika was Pizza X Hololive 2. She was the vampire girl. That for some motive I not remember the name. Fire girl. Yozora Mel. What the hell? Why did I forget Yozora Mel's name? Makes no sense. Mel today is Rika, and the Ruka was the Orca girl. Alright. Chloe. Takamata Chloe. Okay.
Dun 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 to the
What the fuck?
I'm scared that
Oh,
what
Kiba.
I'm scared of is that my apartment complex
I hope she's
is
good.
gonna be like
I remember seeing that she was kinda sick. Something I don't remember what. It's because I almost never use Twitter, so I never know the news.
we know you have a dog. You're not reporting your dog on your lease. We know you have a dog. And I'm gonna be like, I don't have a dog. I'm the dog. And they're gonna be like, what? And I'm gonna be like, okay.
That's a good imitation.
I'm the dog.
Oh, Undertale. Never played, but I watch a bunch of people play, so I don't even know if I will ever play. Maybe I try. Cause there is still what the fuck is screaming? There is still the ability to pass the difficult places.
It beats me like it rough. They do.
What the
They're
hell?
masochists like me.
Are you a masochist? Oh, I
It's
say
a big joke.
masochist.
What is father saying?
Masochist.
Yeah, I'm a bit more of a sadist actually.
You're sadist.
A sadist. Yeah, because I'm sad all the time.
Ooh.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
That's sad. Don't be sadist. Be happy chist.
Happy chist.
You're gonna miss. Ooh. Shut the fuck up.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Thank you for purifying me. Looks like
The
Jane
people my team.
fixed me.
What? Oh.
Such pure thoughts.
Yes, of course. I'm a pure knight.
Sorry for anything.
Yes, a pure knight has purified my dirty, dirty soul.
What the fuck?
Well, we know what you would be if you were an animal.
Vedal and Camila.
A donkey.
Turtle.
So what about me? What would you say I am?
Probably like a bitch.
What the fuck?
Stupid neighbors are still banging. After all these hours, they're still banging on something.
Oh, wait. Oh my god. Context?
I mean, they're really, for hours, I don't know, man. I couldn't sleep. I woke up.
Context?
The context is that they're banging on something. They're doing some construction or something, I think.
Kiara, Kiara.
I didn't mean to. Yummy. Now, is it better if I say they're hammering? Does that sound better?
No.
Apparently not. The intro animation
Oh,
has the.
what the hell? Transformers game? Or it's a event in a game? I have no idea.
Noise?
Oh, it's an event on Overwatch. Bro, people still play Overwatch these days?
Is that? It has the.
Só as melhor, pô.
That's another thing that I need to explain to people who are younger. When I got my first phone at 18, I had like 3 people on my phone. It was my mom, my dad, and no, it was my mom, my mom's husband, and like one friend. Nobody else had phones like
Wait a
that.
minute, how do you play with your friend then? How do you meet up with your friend without a phone?
Just go on the street.
I didn't say anything funny!
Tanya, you told your friend, hey, meet me at 7 p.m. in front of the Hachiko statue. And then you just arrived, and then you just waited until 8 p.m. and hoped that your friend was at the Hachiko statue by the time you said it.
Well, what if you're late?
Exactly. You didn't know.
Eh?
Yeah, I swear.
What? Are you genuinely serious right now? Do you guys just get this absolute pleasure?
Oh.
This
Cacete, mano. O YouTube fica censurando coisa. Que diacho é isso? Desgrama. Pelo menos mostra ali no coisa, no... Não, não mostra não. YouTube censoring mais chatas.
this utmost excitement and thrill that you just do this to me every single time? I'll have you know that it's not funny in the slightest. To me, at least. Maybe to you, but not to me. And
Pô, monte de gente
quite sick of
usando.
it, I'll be quite honest, because I am not a low intelligence specimen.
I want to clean my house, Gigi. That's what I really want to do. So after I read
I should
Super
come
Chats,
over and I'll clean your house, Naked Apron style.
Oh.
Yes, for free.
I mean, I appreciate
Naked
the cleaning.
Apron style.
Do you? I mean, what if I wanted you to wear something else that wasn't a Naked Apron?
Like what?
I don't know, like maybe a cute maid outfit or something like that, or something
But
that kind of
naked
covers you.
underneath.
Well, every human being is naked underneath their clothes.
Oh, look, are these not the people that the
Mint.
devs?
Ridiculous ties.
Are these not the devs? This is
Boomer.
This is my luck.
Yes, this all looks
Ah, mas no YouTube não gosta de ti não. Pois outro comentário.
phenomenal.
Aerith is desperate. Do you want to fucking die? If you're gonna say anything bad about Aerith or Tifa, I will ban you from my chat. So you better choose your next words very carefully. I do not want you here. You are a toxic person. You are a horrible person. If you say anything bad about them, hello? Do you want to die? Have you not just
What
heard
the?
how I'm literally obsessed with Aerith? How I love her more than any other animated character in any Final Fantasy series ever.
Nice.
And you're gonna go say
Good
that she's
taste.
desperate? You're the desperate one, my friend. Because you are chasing after Tifa, and guess what? She will never love you because she's not real.
Anyway. What the fuck? Oh, Nimi.
Not an egg. Might be an egg.
I had a friend, and she was
This
really,
one,
really
I don't
mad
know
at
who
this
it is.
guy. And so she was telling me all about how this guy was really, really rude, and she really hated him, and how he sucked really bad. And I texted her, "Oh, I'm gonna kick his balls," but instead it autocorrected to, "I'm gonna lick his balls." Okay, so Kyla, now there are 2 extraction points. So there is one here, and there's one further.
Raorra. What the hell?
I'm still confused.
Oh, new house?
One of the best laughs. Raura.
You know what this house reminds me of? Something I was considering buying and getting for a stream.
What the fuck? Made in Germany. They fuck. House meat grill summer house. House with barbecue. Ah, okay.
Hello? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing? Everyone's laughing at me.
What the fuck? Bullying, Ina?
Stop laughing at me.
You have a really nice house, Ina. Ina.
I don't trust your words.
It gives me memories of the past that are so fond to me and so precious to me. The house reminds me of a house I've once built myself with my own hands.
I see, I see. I hung out with someone that I missed dearly the other day. I happened to run into a certain detective walking around a park. I think we have like a small tradition now where we go eat okonomiyaki when we meet up. Which universe? Hopefully not the evil one. But she seemed like the usual Ame that I've known. It was not small Ame. Thank goodness. That could have been the end of the world. I try to pay for all the food and stuff. And I'm actually mentioning her on stream because she said it's okay. And it's because I tried to pay for everything and then she was like, she wasn't fast enough because I'm usually pretty fast to pull out my wallet and pay for people. And then she's like, oh, you know what? You can just mention me on stream and they'll probably just like send you super chats and I'll pay off all the
makes sense, makes sense.
And I couldn't help but to laugh.
Oh, it's the end. Okay. If you liked this video, please give a like, comment something, and subscribe. Ok, bye bye. Ok, terminei de gravar. Acho que esse aqui era o último do dia. Aí mais tarde eu posto. Como é que tá o áudio? Eu comprei um mic novo, mas esse é um mic barato até. BM800, alguma coisa assim. Mas para ele soar bom, precisava de interface de áudio. Aí eu comprei a interface de áudio mais barata que tem também. Uma pequenininha, T1 o nome. Aí o som tá ok. Pro preço tá bom. Bem melhor do que antes, né? Pro preço que eu coisei, até que tá bom. Eu não tenho 400 reais pra pagar num fonezão foda, não. Tá bem melhor do que tava antes. Agora, deixa eu botar um nome no vídeo que eu acabei de gravar. Botar o nome pra 15 minutos of Crazy VTuber Clips. Esse aqui era o último react de hoje. Quanto que deu a live, o vídeo? O tamanho? Deu 1h50. Lé até. Agora eu ia jogar 2 jogos, mas eu acho que vai ser só um, porque tá ficando tarde. Eu tô muito streamando, pô. Twitch e Kick. Tô vendo como é que vai. Ver se aguenta a minha internet. Até que tá indo bem, eu acho. Aí no YouTube eu vou fechar a live e abrir outra pra jogar. Vai ficar cada coisa no seu tema. Pra não juntar tudo nas playlists. Mas antes, eu vou usar o banheiro, que eu tô quase me mijando. Eu vi, mano. Casou. Agora tá cheio de onda. Todo clipe. Pelo menos pelos clipes, né? Eu não assisto. Não tenho tempo pra assistir muita live. Prefiro priorizar as VTube que eu gosto de assistir. Aí eu não sei. Eu não tô assistindo as lives, mas pelo menos pelos clipes que estão mandando, só reclamando, e é dor nas costas, e é reclamando de trabalho, e eita porra. Tá de mal pra pior. Eu lembro que quando tentou fazer a live infinita foi a maior onda. Eu não sei porque que ele não modera, pô. Porque o pessoal perturbaram pra porra na live infinita e todo dia era uma merda diferente. Tem que sair banido dos caras que faz merda. Aí todo mundo sofre junto. Os caras que são de boa, que só querem ver a live e ver um cara que não se segure muito fazendo piada, sofrem porque tem uma pequena quantidade de doido que fica querendo coisar o nome dele pra traficante, coisa da mãe dele. Em vez dele moderar, e todo mundo sofre junto. Agora tá cheio de frescura. Eu não sei. Não é o mesmo de antes. Antigamente era melhor. É assim que acontece. Com o tempo a pessoa vai mudando. Eu só espero que, mesmo que eu mude, pelo menos eu mude pra melhor. Tá, deixa eu ver. O Luan tá de boa. Ele fez o coisa de moderar mais o chat, né? Aí, ainda pra seguir os coisas da plataforma não pode ser tão pesado, mas pelo menos ele não tá cheio de frescurinha, pô. Ronaldinho, porra, tá pensando num cara que não entra pra mim, mano. Aquele cara lá que... Como é que é o nome daquele cara lá que fica... Que é invejoso que só do Luan? Que ficava usando filtro de rato também. Aí quando o pessoal falava que copiava, ele ficava bravo em vez... O cara... Vinícius, esse aí mesmo, porra. Pensando um cara que... Filha da puta! Aí falava que ele copiava logo, o pessoal ficava bravo. Se fosse eu, mano, eu ia... Tô copiando mesmo. Fazia alguma piada, alguma merda assim, entendeu? Aí o cara fica todo sentido, todo cheio de viadagem. Tá doido, é? Eu tô na Kik também. Eles pagam bem. Bora ver como é que é. Se eu der uma sorte aí de pegar view. Pegar doação em dólar, mano. É doido, é? Era um público internacional. Tá pensando o quê? Tá bom, vou... I'm gonna end the stream and start another on YouTube. On the other platforms, it's gonna continue the same. But on YouTube, I want to maintain the same thing. Like, for example, now I did reactions. So this stream gonna be just 2 reactions. And then, if I change to play a game, the stream on YouTube gonna be just for that game. So now I'm gonna go play a game. So I'm gonna open another stream on YouTube. But on the other platforms that are using Twitch and Kik, it's gonna still be the same. Okay, let me end here and start another one.